What's up, everybody? Richard Janvrin from WSN.com back today with another props video, this time taking a look at Monday Night Football Week 15 between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams. As always, these odds and props come from different sports books. We have links to them down in the description below, so you can click on those, head on over to the sports book, and get an exclusive offer from us here at WSN.com. With these odds today, usually we have some that are, closer to, the minus 110 line. But today we have two longer odds props that we think are worth a dart throw. I think that they're really setting up to be in good spots. And we think that, you should potentially take a chance on them. But with that, we'll dive into it. We have three of them, like I said. We have two from Caesars, one from DraftKings. Let's not waste any more time and let's dive in. The first one is Randall Cobb, an anytime touchdown plus 390 over at Caesars. Now, this is long odds. Like we said, this is one of the two that we were discussing. And, Cobb is a guy who's been in the league for a long time. He was with Rodgers for a good part of the beginning of his career. Then he's kind of gone off and played for the Texans and some other places, but now he's back. We'll start off by saying this. Cobb is 6th on the team in snaps played when running a route. He has 180 of those. Granted, you got to remember that he missed quite a few weeks. I think he got injured in week 6 and came back in week 11, so he missed some time there. But he's also second in route percentage at 96.3%. So what that tells you is that when he is out there on the field, expect him to be running a route and at least putting himself in a position to have the ball thrown to him. With that, he has 14 targets since coming back in week 11. And he did have 11 targets back in week 5 against the Giants. Of course, that was a long time ago, but just trying to illustrate that, he does get looks. He does. Rodgers likes to target him. And then in week 11, Cobb had 73 yards, no touchdown. But in week 12, he had just 19 yards, but he did catch a touchdown. And this week, he'll be going up against Cobie Durant, the Rams slot cornerback. And Durant has only played 55 coverage snaps this year, so he has not played a lot. And he's allowing 12.8 yards per reception. So while that's going on, you have Christian Watson and Allen Lazard on the outside. Of course, Watson is always a threat, but they'll battle against Jalen Ramsey, who's obviously great, and Troy Hill, who is a decent cornerback in his own right. And next we have his quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, under 233.5 passing yards with this minus 117 over at Caesars. 233.5 definitely suggests they think that Rodgers is going to pass a little bit more here because over the last 4 weeks, Rodgers has not cleared this line at all. In fact, in his last 2 games, he's had 185 yards. He's had less than 185 yards, I should say. He does have Cobb in the slot, like we just talked about, who I think is a good matchup. And Watson's always a threat, but this is looking like a little bit more of a run-heavy game because the Rams over the last 3 weeks are allowing 124 rushing yards a game, and last week they allowed 165. So look for them to run the ball here with A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones and just beat away at the clock, and Rodgers will not need to throw as much as this line suggests. Next up, we have a Tutu Atwell anytime touchdown plus 425 over at DraftKings. Of course, it's kind of hard to gauge, right? Because Mayfield came in last week, getting claimed on a Tuesday, playing on a Thursday, leading them back from a double-digit deficit into a win over the Las Vegas Raiders. So it might be kind of hard to kind of gauge it, but based off of that, a lot of it came because of Atwell. He saw 9 targets, he caught 5 of them, went for 50 yards. And, Atwell has just the 1 touchdown in the year, but similar to Cobb, he'll have a good slot matchup against Keyshawn Nixon, who's played 137 coverage snaps and is allowing a catch rate of 75%. So, Mayfield seems to obviously have some kind of chemistry with him, and also, the Packers, they have Jair Alexander. And, the cornerbacks aren't great. Jair isn't playing exactly how you would like Jair to play. But Atwell is a speedy guy. I think that, obviously Mayfield went to him for a reason. So expect for him to come back to him in this one. And, they're underdogs on the road, I believe, 4.5, 5 point, depending on where you look. So look for them to pass the ball here and looking in Atwell's direction. And that does it. So let's run through them one more time. Randall Cobb, anytime touchdown, plus 390 over at Caesars. Aaron Rodgers, under 233.5 passing yards, minus 117 over at Caesars. And a Tutu Atwell, anytime touchdown, plus 425 over at DraftKings. Make sure to comment down below. Tell us what you think of these props, or come back after the game and let us know if you did bet them and how you did. And other than that, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you know if I release new videos here on the channel. Till then, peace.